Hey, good morning, everyone. How are we doing today? Hope everyone has had a wonderful holiday. Got lots of presents, huh? I have some grandkids that they could go into business selling presents, I think. All right, I'm going to kill. Whoa, hey, I guess it is time. All right, I didn't realize it was so late. Okay. Hey, good morning, Vernon. Vernon, let me ask, can you see that video, the Bulls and the Bears playing? Can you hear the sound? You see it? I tried to get a little I was up early this morning, so I tried to get a little fancy. All right, let me get that turned off. Let's see, how do I do that? Wow. So let's turn that off. There we go. And we should probably turn that music off, shouldn't we? How do you do that? There we go. Music's off. Okay, we should probably put a chart over here. So let's do that. You know, I take a couple days off, and I seriously I forget how to do things. Oh, hey, there we go. Okay, I've got a chart up. All right, good morning. How are we? How the heck we doing? Hello, all members. Hello, welcome. Glad you're here. Those that's watching us social media, thank you so very much for being. So I had somebody's asked me here. Let's see here. Well, where is it here? Is Santa lost? Maybe Santa's driving an EV. Oh, I don't know that Santa's lost. I mean, I don't know that we're going to get any kind of great big Santa, but the trend is still up. And we are still in the middle of holiday time, so markets might be a little wishy-washy till we get over this holiday time and get back into the serious business. So let's see, there it is. All right, let's get going here. Yeah. Seriously, man, I forget how to do things. Wow. We have if we draw this trend line here on the SPY, I don't know. To me, I see how easy it would be for price to kind of meander around a little bit and maybe get to that line somewhere before we head up higher. I see how that could happen. Just a second, need to check a note. Yeah. Okay. But anyway, I see how that could happen. I hope everyone else can see that as well. Needless to say, I mean, I still think we're headed higher. I think the bulls have total control. I see absolutely no reason why the market would collapse here. So I think the bulls still have the upper hand here. Let's take a look at the Qs. Oh yes. Yeah, I forgot already. I have this list I can go down, right? So if you look at the Qs here, we're just, the 50 period moving average is trending up. There we go. You can see the 50 period moving average trending up. If you want to put lines on price action, you can do that as well. Price is above the trend indicator is above the 50 period moving average. For those that maybe like me, maybe you have forgotten, I still remember this. This white box, red box, and green box, those are candlesticks. The white line, we call that the T line. It's the 8 EMA is what it is. And then the dots, green or red, we call that the trend indicator, and that's just a moving average. And then the 50 SMA is right here. And as long as those are stacked up, you've got a bullish trend. It doesn't mean that we could easily come up to these tops and fail. I'm going to put a line right here. We could easily come up to these tops and fail, just like we came up to this one. But let's be careful how we use words. Words matter. Words hurt, and words are good. So when I hear somebody, especially a rookie trader, oh man, we failed there. It's like, back up, easy, speed racer. Just slow yourself down. You've not been in the market very long, clearly, so ease up. But when we start yelling those things out and we put them on say Facebook, where everybody believes all the shit they see or read on Facebook. Oh my God. Anyway, just be careful how you post things. Did we fail? Did we? Let's wait and see. Yeah, let's don't get too hysterical over that right there on that one. So diamonds are still bullish here. IWM still moving up, still looking good. Please do mind this is we're in this. We have a market Monday, Tuesday, half a day Wednesday. I could be wrong about that. But I know that we're closed Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Now, because I've got no grandkids here through that period, I'm light on a little bit. I don't know what I would do if I took off. So I'm likely to be hanging around a little bit, but overall, this is going to be a slow week of trading, probably nothing exciting this week. So let's, I think prepare for next week, I think is the thing to do. Okay, speaking of that, let's look at some charts here. Take a look at USO. It's trying to move up a little bit. We're still in a downtrend. That downtrend has not been reversed just yet. It could happen, but I think we're going to need to pop up over get over that 200 period moving average, and then I think we can say, hey, USO might be trying to come up here. XLE probably needs, based on, say, the trend that I personally look at, which is, here we go, is price, that white line, and those red dots. So an example of what I'm looking for is see where price is, see where the white line is, see where the green dots are. I want all this to roll up, and then XLE could be something we could take a look at. ETHA is still in a downtrend. RSP, nice bullish uptrend here. Transports, nice bullish uptrend. BITO still down. XLF, beautiful uptrend. Amazon, I like to keep my eyes on Amazon. I currently still have some AMZU. Yeah, AMZU. That's looking awfully nice here. For those members, the market may be open, but Vern, you're right. The market's open on Friday, but we might not be here. I'll be hanging around, but right candlesticks, right way options. BYOB trading, for the most part, we've announced that we are closed, but we might be around. Okay. Hey, also, I just remember, do me a favor, especially those that are watching this via social media, on YouTube, Facebook, X. Do me a favor, click the thumbs up and subscribe, hit that bell, and then check all. That way you'll be notified whenever we have new videos out there. Okay, so would appreciate that. Thank you. So anyway, let's take a look at this Amazon here, and especially especially members of Hit Run Candlesticks and Right Way Options, you guys are all familiar with the pop out of the box. And that's what we've got going on here on Amazon. Um, Pop out of the box, looking for that breakout up here. Now, you know, buying anywhere in here, buying on that breakout, waiting for a pullback, buying, all sounds really good to me. Truth is, say from this area to this area right there is all a buying area. Some traders are going to get it at a great price. Some traders are going to get it a little higher. Don't beat yourself up if somebody gets it lower. Do your own thing, beat your own drum, trade your own way. And because all of us as a group, all traders, all investors in the entire world that are buying Amazon long, we're all looking forward to do this. Okay. So, the entry, it's an entry area. There's no right place for an entry. Not at all. So anyway, don't beat yourself up if somebody gets it cheaper and you say, doggone it, I've got to get it cheaper. Now, you don't necessarily have to. But anyway, Amazon's looking good. Looking for that breakout of our 50% retracement here. Microsoft is also flagging. Pretty nice little flag here. We've got a nice, that's not really a double bottom, but we certainly have a low high, higher low. We break out of 493.80-ish. Just call it the 50 period moving average. That will be pushing us into new highs, and then we've got that 50% retracement right there. XLY, nice bullish chart. I know you have a shooting star up here. Excuse me, a shooting star, and price is doing exactly what it should do after shooting star. But it doesn't mean this thing's about to crash. It doesn't mean that it's horrible. This pullback that we're having right now, I think, is opportunity. It doesn't mean it's opportunity like to buy it right this second, but wait for the opportunity when it comes, when price rolls in. So right now, this is a very bullish trend. Looks good to me. Watch price for an entry. Meta, we're up, kind of flagging right in here. I'm still holding MATU and still looking for it to come up and test that 50% mark here. Apple, waiting for Apple to give me that sign, that buy sign, just because it's on the 50 simple, not necessarily a buy sign for me. Never mind. Let me rephrase that. Fact, not a buy sign for me. I'm going to need to see buyers step into it, and then we'll look at Apple going higher. Right now, I think it's still a good-looking chart. Timing is important. You know, over my years, I've heard people say you can't time the market, and I called on that. Those people that say that are people that want you to join in on their investment firm. And you're right, they have no clue how to time the market. They don't. That's not what they do. Okay, maybe in their personal life, personal trading, they do. But when it comes to big firms, you know, they just want you to buy and hold forever, and they could care less about timing. The truth is, you can time the market. You can't pick bottoms. You can't pick tops. That's bad voodoo right there. That won't work for you. But you can time a swing trade. So I'm waiting for that timing. Hey, Google, look at Google here. That's looking pretty tasty, isn't it? Yeah, I like Google. Google's moving up. Take a look at XLK. I still think that's bullish. We need to break here for sure, but I think XLK is doing its job. Mags. I don't care what the rest of the market is doing. If the mags are bullish, the market's going to be bullish. So keep an eye on those. SMH, bullish. PLTR, one that I've got my eyes on. And I'm still holding some PTIR, but I have to tell you, I'm drawing tired of it. And it's starting to wear on me. So let's be a little careful. I may be closing out of it. Um, we'll see here, but I am drawing very, very tired of it. Uh, money in it that's not doing anything. Nvidia is bullish. I think it's acting very good here. Tesla also remains bullish. By my watch for the timing, watch for the buy signal, and that will clue us in on the timing when it's time to buy it. FNGU, not so good. Copper is still rocking. Copper still looks good. This little pullback today could be opportunity setting up. So let's keep an eye on that. Okay. Thank you for those that are posting a few charts to look at. Thanks, Vernon. Appreciate that. Let's take a look at eBay. eBay. Wow. Let's look here. You know, I need to move this because I can't find it. Let's move this right. I don't know, over here. There we go. eBay, look at these, look at those lows moving up. And then if we take this high and go to this high, you can see that we've broken out. We're about to break out of the 50 period moving average. So on eBay, I think this is a perfect candidate for taking the top and then go down to this bottom right in here. Do this. Put a little marker, however you put markers right there on that 50% retracement. And I think that's a super target right now. We break out over that, and then we can move higher and maybe retest these highs up here about 101 on eBay. Thank you. Let's flag that one. Nice chart. Thanks. UNH. Look at UNH. UNH is also getting it going here. Let's put a line here. There we go. Let's put a line here. There we go. So it's very clear with UNH. Clearly, there's buyers here, right? That's what those candles right there mean, right? So clearly, this is a buying area. If this is what you do, if you are a trader that says, "Well, I would rather buy on the breakout or the breakout and pullback, something like that," or a buyer over the 50 period moving average, all that makes sense to me. Buying in here makes sense to me. That's looking pretty darn good. I'm going to do this one right here too. And there is the 50% retracement, that big line. And look how, ooh, man, I need to fix this, don't I? Look how that 50% retracement. Look how these candles stopped right there. Look how that candle stopped right there. Look how this candle stopped right here. And please, anyone that's seeing this for the first time, please keep in mind, when we drew this line from this top to these lows, none of this was incorporated. Nothing. The only thing we did was draw a line from that top to those lows. That is it. And then it just amazes me how price action and these lines, there's two fib lines and the rest are quadrant lines. It just amazes me how they work out. I mean, look at this over here, right there. Look at that, right there on that line, right there. You can come back over here. There's a line right there. Right here. There we go. It's just truly amazing. So yeah, UNH. For me, I'm a breakout then retest kind of person, but that's looking awfully good. Let's flag that. Let's see. Looking at some CRWV. You know, it could be short. I'm holding it long. It could be short, but I don't think we should pull that short trigger until it gets below 67.20 here. Right now, we have a double bottom. We have a doji gap up, and we're having this, to me, is an opportunity pullback on this one. So I'm not sure. I mean, somebody's going to short it, I'm sure. And there'll be a battle between the buyers and sellers, but Not until it breaks down. No, I wouldn't think so. All righty, let's look at some charts here. What I'm going to do is I don't have any picked out this morning. I was too busy trying to make a video on those. For those that saw those bears and bulls fighting, uh, I don't know. Let me know if you saw those, if you were here early for the social on the social media. So what I'm going to do is charts that are trending. I'm going to look at charts that is above the cloud, and we're going to look at 3/8 traps. And this is just simply going off a watch list I have. And there's a few here. So I'm going to start. These are in no particular order. Doesn't mean that one's better than the other. The only thing is it's scanning for charts that are trending and charts that are above the cloud and charts that are in the 3/8 trap. Okay. So take a look at DHR here. Look at that beautiful trend. Look how we've rallied up and we've pulled back into a beautiful 3/8 trap. Let's flag that one. That looks pretty good. Take a look at MS. Look at MS here. Look at that beautiful trend. We go up, we rest, we go up, we rest, we go up, we rest. So what is the takeaway here? Let's do this. The takeaway maybe is if you like what it's doing right here, that up move, and notice we've gone up and rested, and then here we've gone up and rested. So if that's, this is where you make money right there. So if we're resting, it would make sense maybe that this area, maybe right through here, right in here, maybe a little bit of a breakout would be the buying area, and then you make money on that next rest up. I mean, that's exactly what's happening here. We'll look at another one. Look at Wells Fargo. So you could do the same thing with Wells Fargo, right? So it just makes sense that you see this big move up here, which maybe you did, maybe you didn't catch that. And then we have this pullback, and then entry area, there's where you make money. Here we're pulling back again. Maybe you're still in it too, by the way. No, there was nothing here that suggested a sell signal. And then here we're going up again, and then here we are resting again, right? So that's what we're looking for. And every chart does this, every single chart. There's no exceptions to this, none. It doesn't mean that all charts will continue to go up, some crash and burn. But while charts are moving up, this is exactly what they do. There's absolutely zero exception to that rule. The key is to find the charts, latch onto the ones that make sense to you, and manage those charts. I mean, look at Rio here. Up, back, up, a little bit of back, up, back, right? How about some BMY? Anybody like BMY? See, it's doing the same thing. Up, back, up, back, up, back, up. This is considered back. This consolidation, backing up a little bit. That's the rest. And then remember, I mentioned earlier, it's about timing. So this right here is a buy chart pattern for me, right in here. And then let's do this. We've got this pop out of the box. So let's get this little booger right over here. There we go. So all this is buying, doesn't matter where you bought it, your rules. And then of course, if you get the breakout, then that's a buy. Maybe you wait for that pullback, that rest, whatever you do, that's important. Hone what you do, not what somebody else does. Hone what you do, and make it yours, make it best. And man, I think that's a recipe for a good trader. So, and everybody buying BMY. This is all what we're waiting on, is for it to move up. So timing. So, timing, buy here, buy right here, profit into strength. Now, follow price action. Maybe you've got rules on if you make X percent, you sell some, maybe you move your stop up. However you do that, it's yours. It's your money. It's your computer. It's, when you're looking at the chart, it's your chart. GSK is still working out. I'm going to speed it up a little here. I'm going to run out of time. Lilly is looking good. Expensive, but looking good. LAR is looking good here. Look how we bounced off that 50-period moving average. Here we rallied up. So see, there's our rest. So maybe now it's time to look for timing. And as far as timing goes on this one, I can see where that area right there is buying. And notice I'm a little bit higher than price. I'm going to go a little bit higher than that. So to me, that whole area is a buy area. Some traders, some traders are going to buy it here. Let's change the color of that. Yellow, there we go. Some traders are going to buy it. And, the traders I'm talking here, buy it here. Some traders are going to buy it there. Some right there. Some right there. And some right there. But one thing we all have in common is we want that to happen, right? That's where we make money. And of course, if you buy it lower, you make money. The thing of it is some traders don't do that. Some traders want to wait till you get that breakout, that confirmation. And that makes absolute good sense to me. And this is the swing we're looking at. Anyway, great looking chart. Take a look at FedEx. Go FedEx. Wow. Merck looks great. GM. Wow. Let's take a look at GM. That is a nice chart. So what I've done with GM here, I've gone from these lows to these highs. These highs. And then pulled that little tail right up here. We're going to put it right there. And then that's a nice chart. We're going to mark that 50% mark right in there. And then I'm actually going to duplicate this one. And we're going to go up 2. We're going to skip the 61.8 fib line. Doesn't mean that I'm ignoring it. I'm just giving myself more room to monitor, manage that chart. I might have to buy that. It's a nice chart. But anyway, GM looks really good here. Quick look at Cisco. Let's look at RTX. That looks good. Amgen. Take a look at Visa. Visa looks good. Dollar General looks really good. WBD. All right, I'm through those. I see a couple more people posted some charts, so that's why I wanted to hurry up and get through here. There we go. Let me see here. All right, I think I'm there. If I missed yours, please let me know over there in the room, okay? Balaram, there we go. Bros, okay. Yeah, look at Bros. Beautiful chart. This chart is one that is above the cloud. You can see it's marked right here on my chart above the daily. It's not above the weekly, but above the daily. Look at that beautiful trend. Look at that. Very nice. Nice flag pullback. Absolutely great. I am going to go look at the weekly on this because I want to know from this high to these lows. There we go. Go back to that daily. So for me, the way I would set up my trade plan, one, definitely a buy in here. I love that. It looks great. Earnings not till February. That's a great target. And I know there's not a lot of room there, 5.3%. Nevertheless, it's still always a target. It is also a speed bump. And then when we break out of it, then I think it opens up to the moon up here. So definitely a good looking chart. Watch that 6730 area, and then let's look for that to move higher. Super chart. Thank you. Very, very nice. And then S, good morning. Good morning. You're looking at some UPS. Yeah, look at UPS. It's rocking. It's headed right here to that 50% mark. Already had that one laid out. Beautiful trend. So charts that are in a trend, right? Let me get my arrow out here. There we go. So charts that are in a trend, here we'll draw a trend and then we'll change the color. You know, they rally, they thrust, they push up, whatever you want to call that. And then when they pull back, that's opportunity, right? And then timing comes into play, right? And then timing again comes into play. Maybe you need to take some profits. We pull back, right? Timing comes into play. Timing comes into play. That's exactly what this chart is doing. That's what all trending charts do. Very nice. Thank you very much for posting that one. Already flagged. Sunny. Good morning, Sunny. How are you? AVGO. AVGO, probably not prime time for buying long, in my opinion. Maybe to the short side. I hate to short a bullish market, and this market is bullish. But AVGO, Broadcom is just not. Let's get rid of everything. Broadcom is just not there yet. We do have a low, we have a high. So maybe if we broke out of that high right there, we put in a higher low, maybe that would get something going. I personally would like the idea over the 50 period moving average. Take a look at the weekly chart, looking like a little bear flag right in there. However, let me look at that chart. However, it's holding up right in here. So let's keep an eye on it. I'm not sure if you were looking long or short, but definitely not long material right now. Hey, Mike, good morning to you. Team, look at team. Team is setting up. Yep. We're coming off the bottom right in here. We've got a rounded bottom breakout over that 50 period moving average. Rounded bottom breakout has two targets. And the dotted deuce and the 50 period moving average. Never forget about price. Watch that high right in there. But yeah, that's looking really good. Thanks. Let's flag. That's already flagged. Hey, Sharon, good morning to you too. Deck. Yeah, boy. Nice rounded bottom, looking good. Hey, we're over the cloud on the daily. You can see that right there. And I think over the, if you're in it, great. If you're not in it, I would probably like it better over that 50 period moving average. But I'm looking at, I've got another monitor over here. And I would watch this level right here. Yeah. So, the first thing is to go from here to above that yellow line, and then let's look at from the yellow line up to that yellow line, and then reevaluate from that level, okay? Let's see. Let's see. You guys having trouble seeing the screen, huh? Well, CMG. Take a look at CMG. That is a pop out of the box, folks. See how tight that is? That's viable right here, and of course, viable on a breakout. First target I've got marked out is 39.60. You've got the dotted deuce up here, 200 up here. So looking pretty good. Okay, looking good. All righty. That's about my time right in there. Again, I just don't see how the next couple of days. I mean, unless some news happened, I just don't see the next few days being overly exciting. However, it is a fantastic time to start building a watch list, not only for the very near future, but maybe for the longer term future, on stocks that you really, really like, companies you really, really like, and put them on a watch list and then monitor them for when the right timing comes in. This is a good time to do that. All right. So members, I'll see you at the bottom of the hour. For everybody in the social media watching this, thank you very much. Remember to give a thumbs up, leave a comment, and make sure you subscribe. Click on the, subscribe, then the bell, and then click all to get notifications. Okay. Thanks, everybody. You guys take care. See you guys in the room in about 25 minutes.